Say hello. That is my audience. Okay. Okay. As you all know, my name's Sabrina Kaufman, and I have brought you here to talk about Suitmation. To start with, Suitmation is the term invented by Toho, special effects technician, to describe the use of a man in a rubber suit to portray a giant monster. This type of special effect was born in Japan in the 50s, where it remains tremendously popular. Suitmation has left an incredible mark on the world of special effects and captured the imaginations of many of Hollywood's greatest filmmakers, including Spielberg, Tarantino, George Lucas, and Del Toro. I have been watching Suitmation movies as long as I can remember, and I believe that this style, while often dismissed as cheap and goofy, has more of an effect on film than it is given credit for. In order to fully understand its significance, it's important to look at both its methods and its history. Before diving into the history of Suitmation, it is important to look at how these effects are accomplished. While Suitmation is a simple concept, it can be difficult to pull off convincingly. The suits in the Suitmation are large and bulky, sometimes weighing up to 200 pounds. Suitmation costumes are usually made from latex coated by a layer of melted rubber. Suitmation was originally done due to budget restraints in the struggling post-World War II Japanese film industry, but came to be a popular alternative to most costly SPX. The suits are usually combined with scale models of cities to create impression of immense size. Haru Nakajima would study large animals at the zoo to get the movements right for Godzilla. An interview with often used alongside special effects such as pyrotechnics, rotoscoping, and CGI to create spectacle. Suitmation turns 60 this. It is often used alongside other special effects such as pyrotechnics, rotoscoping, and CGI to create a spectacle. Suitmation turned 60 this year, and in those decades it has managed to leave its mark on filmmaking, particularly in Asia. The best way to see the legacy of Suitmation is to take a look at its history. Suitmation got its start in Japan before enjoying a brief run in Hollywood prior to the advent of CGI. The first film to utilize Suitmation was Godzilla in 1964. The show Ultra Q brought Suitmation to television. It was the first long-running Ultra series. This started a superhero craze in the 1970s, which produced shows such as Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, which is known as Power Rangers, and dominated the Japanese pop culture for the rest of the century. Suitmation started showing up in the late 70s and 80s in American production such as Alien, Predator, The Big Bird from Sesame Street, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. This heavily influenced George Lucas, who revolutionized SFX with Star Wars, and Steven Spielberg, who made Jaws and E.T. The introduction of CGI in the 1990s all but wiped it out, but some shows in Japan still utilize it, and the motion capture suits were sort of a spiritual successor. While cheesy and outdated by Western standards, Suitmation is an important and influential aspect of the history of special effects.